Welcome back to the On the Road Sports Talk Show as the NBA season has just started, and I'm going to bring you some information on this Cavs-Raptors game. Both teams playing their first game of the season last night, and unfortunately, your hometown Cleveland Cavaliers coming up 3 points short. Final score 105-108. I'm looking forward to breaking this down, seeing what went right and what went wrong for your Cleveland Cavaliers. Looking at the stats right off the bat, you see Evan Mobley with 36 big minutes, Donovan Mitchell 35 minutes, Allen 34 minutes, and LeVert 35 minutes. Those are the starters. Why does Garland only have 13 minutes, you ask? Well, he got poked in the eye in the first quarter and did not return, which is very troubling for a Cavs team that struggled with injuries last year, and we were all really hoping would put that behind them this coming year. But already having one of the key players miss a game, essentially all of a game other than those 13 minutes, not a promising start in that department at all. Donovan Mitchell made up for it with 31 big points, 9 assists, and 2 rebounds. So Mitchell really solid. I'd say that was one of the high points for the Cavaliers. Mobley 14 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist. Jarrett Allen low double-double, 13 and 10. LeVert doing a little bit of everything, 10, 7, and 5. And then Cedi Osman, I thought, a real highlight off the bench with 17 points. That's what he does. He scores. He'll do a little bit of other things, but mostly just a scorer, Cedi Osman. Kevin Love, not bad as well, but I'm not sure how much run he will get this season being a veteran at this point, and just hoping that he stays healthy as well. So that's the stats for your Cavs. Looking at the Raptors, they had Scotty Barnes, and one of the narratives coming into this game was Barnes versus Mobley. That was a heated topic about Rookie of the Year last year. Cleveland fans really thinking Mobley deserved it, but ended up going to Barnes. I was in the Mobley camp myself, but it is what it is. That was a narrative coming into here, is 2 of last year's top rookies just battling it out. Barnes himself played 32 minutes, 15 points, 7 assists, and 3 rebounds. He does a little bit of everything. Got OG Anunoby, 18 points, 5 assists, and 7 rebounds. Really solid all-around stat line. The Raptors have a lot of depth, so these numbers kind of get dispersed. I think he's a little underrated coming into this year because there's just so much hype around Barnes that I think OG is a forgotten man and really should not be. Very solid player, still young as well. It's still improving his game. Then we have Pascal Siakam, NBA champ with these Raptors, 34 minutes, 23 points, 11 rebounds, and an assist, double-double for him. And then Fred VanVleet, also the champ, 15 points as well as 5 assists and 2 rebounds. So really solid stuff out of Fred VanVleet. And that basically covers it for the Raptors. Not a whole lot else. Precious Achiuwa ended up doing a little bit just because there's some injuries with the bigs. Chris Boucher missing this game for the Raptors. So a little banged up with the Raptors, but they still took care of business. Gary Trent Jr. playing 37 minutes, 19 points, and 5 rebounds. So Gary Trent looking decent as well, and inadvertently probably made the play of the game for the Raptors when he poked Garland in the eye. So some of these stats don't show up in the stat sheet, but probably won the Raptors a game. Now, what are the implications of this game for both teams? The Raptors looked scrappy. That's about what we expected. The Raptors looked to establish their identity early on in the year. I think they did a great job of that. They were very scrappy the whole night. Unfortunately, scrappy to the extent that Garland got his eye poked, but all the same, that's what happens when you play scrappy teams. Unfortunately, injuries do occur a little more commonly. Now, on the Cavaliers side, there are some good takeaways here. Donovan Mitchell looked like that scoring threat that the Cavs quite honestly lacked for portions of last year when they just needed someone to get a bucket and no one could really do it. Some people felt like that could have been Colin Sexton, but now that guy is Mitchell. Some people even thought it could have been LeVert last year. Didn't really materialize that way. Looks like Mitchell is that guy. That's why they brought him in here. He's going to be the bucket getter down the stretch. Now, unfortunately, some bad implications here are that we already had an injury to one of our core guys. Garland, arguably the most important guy on the whole team, gets injured game one. Now, I would rather it be of the eye variety in terms of injury. He got his eye scratched, hopefully not super serious, although it always could be, but better than I would say like lower leg or something like that. But all the same, an injury is an injury, and this Cavs team, we're all just hoping they stay healthy. In game one, already failing to do so. So hopefully this does not become a trend again as the year progresses, but let's just monitor the injury situation with the Cavs and hope that we put that to rest in terms of players missing large portions of the season with injuries. All right, that is your recap of the Cavaliers Raptors game one of the NBA season for both teams. Looking forward to bringing you some more NBA news and analysis as the season goes on, as well as NFL information and updates. As always, I am your host, Landon Rhodes. Have a good one.